What's up, everyone, and welcome to ClearTalk. So in this video, we're talking about Trump, and I know, I fucking talk about Trump a lot. But this dude, this is different. I mean, well, this is not different. This is an acceleration of what he's already been doing, but this is on a whole nother level. The shit that this guy is spitting out right now on True Social, between his post on Easter morning and his post this morning. Dude, the dude's off his rocker. He's lost it. He is beyond the pale. This should be concerning for everybody. Okay, this guy needs to be removed as quickly as possible. All right, and we're going to talk about it. So thank you very much for joining me here on Clear Talk. Yeah, that's what we are on here. I lost it for a second. All right. Welcome to the channel. If you are new here, if you'd like to check out more from the channel, please do so. Consider subscribing, like, share, comment, all that good stuff to get more videos in front of more people. It's free for you, helps out the channel tremendously. So please do so. If you'd like to check out videos from my other channels, you have JMD there, JMDPLAY, puzzling. If you like what you see, consider subscribing, like, share, comment, all that good stuff to those channels as well. Again, free for you, helps out those channels amazingly. If you want to go further than that, though, there's Patreon there, $3 a month. You can support any of the channels that you would like to help grow those channels, help grow Patreon, to help grow JMD Nation, and support and contribute to that growth how you would like to. Any support and contribution you give is very much appreciated, and I thank you very much. And if you're returning, you're freaking amazing. You are amazing. Welcome back, and keep coming back, because you're what makes JMD Nation. Okay, so first off, let's talk about Easter first. Even though I really want to talk about what happened this morning, let's talk about Easter first. Here is after an entire holy week of the White House doing these events and stuff around Easter, and when you had the Easter luncheon, which was insane. We talked about that. I did give my predictions for Easter weekend because I was concerned about the fact that this war was started on a Jewish holiday, and so I thought there's a possibility of this joint effort between Jewish Zionists and Christian Zionists, and maybe some sort of connection there would be that we would try to make some sort of major operation to end the war on a Christian note, to sort of a collab thing. And I said in that prediction, I certainly hoped that was not true. I certainly hoped it wasn't true. And obviously it wasn't, because we still haven't had a major operation. Okay. And we're past Easter now, technically, for Christians anyways. But, and so there you go. I was wrong. I'm glad I was wrong in that. But the problem here is that we are still under Jewish holiday, okay? And we know that this war has been purposely done for Israel, all right? And the Passover is still going on. The Passover does not end for Israel technically until Wednesday at sunset. But I thought it was particularly interesting that the president gave a deadline on Tuesday around sunset. Although here, not in Israel, but never mind that. Which would bring up the last day of the Passover. And while the first kind of half, I could have this wrong, and I'm not trying to get technical around the Passover, but the first kind of half, 3 or 4 days or so, is more reminiscent on the past, on the events of the Bible, around the idea of escaping from Egypt, and then the last couple of days is more like the splitting of the waters, when they actually able to leave, and it looks more towards the future. The idea of getting out of Egypt, getting into the promised land, and living, their life in that promised land. And so I find it interesting that we have, still, and this agreement leaves one day, and they always act like they can just do anything they want to and obliterate and stop anything in one day. It gives them one day left in this Passover for Israel that it's still concerning. Okay, So I'm just saying. And then after the threats of today, this morning, you'll see why I say that. Okay. But starting on Sunday, all right, Easter, this is what Trump says. All right. Tuesday will be power plant day. Tuesday will be power plant day and bridge day, all wrapped up in one in Iran. There will be nothing like it. And then he goes on. Okay, after this is a man that a lot of MAGA, a lot of Christian nationalists. Okay, these people that hung gung ho on the Christian Zionist, the ending of the coming of the end days, the Armageddon, all these things, all this stuff wrapped around the most extreme ideas and versions of Christianity and the end times. All right, and a religion that's based around Jesus and loving and caring people and blah 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 blah. And putting up this guy Trump on the pedestal of being like some newfound savior for Christian nationalists, for America, for this whole entire idea. He says, and I quote, "Open the fucking straight." No mincing words. "Open the fucking straight, you crazy bastards, and you'll be living in hell." Or you'll be living in hell. Just watch. Then, interestingly enough, he says, "Praise be to Allah." Now, some people have taken this as like blasphemous to Christianity because this is Easter morning, okay? First thing Easter morning, and the president makes a phrase of "praise be to Allah." Now, I can understand that would feel blasphemous if he was literally meaning "praise be to Allah." But I'm taking this more as sarcastic, sinister like if you don't open up the straight, you will be living in hell. Praise be to Allah, as if it would be Allah, like sarcastically, Allah. While you're living in hell, you'll be lifting up your praises to Allah. Like, this is dark. Okay, this is an asshole, sarcastic thing to say. It would be like if someone was threatening Christians, and they like if Iran was threatening, killing Christians somewhere in the world, and then they say, "God bless you," afterwards, after the threat. It's the same thing. Like, God or praise be to, Jesus, or whatever the case. You would take that as an insult. And that's what this is. This is an insult. Praise be to Allah. Open the fucking straight, you crazy bastard, or you will be living in hell. Praise be to Allah. This is, think about, understand, once again, I think people don't quite grasp the idea around the fact that Donald Trump is the motherfucking president. He's no longer just Donald Trump. And I feel like the people that support him don't look at him as a president. They just look at him as a regular guy, as if he's ever been a regular guy, but a regular guy in Washington that just happened to become president. But because he's not like, quote unquote, a politician, although that's bullshit, because he's not quote unquote a politician means he's not of the like general idea of a president, the general scope and like track path to presidency So therefore, that doesn't make him. I would say that doesn't make him a legitimate president, right? That doesn't make him like a president. It's just a guy. It'd be like if I just so happened to get chosen to, and elected into being in the presidential chair, and all of a sudden if I was to say something crazy, be like, yeah, of course, he's not a president. He didn't go through. He's not trying to be all perfect and all politically correct and shit. He's just he's just him. He's a regular guy. That's the way they look at Donald Trump. They look at Donald Trump as not of the swamp, the typical swamp Washington machine. And so therefore him saying stuff like this just seems normal. It seems perfectly fine. It's not considered unpresidential because they don't consider him presidential. And I think that is where I am lacking in, like, maybe my connection to people when I try to say and remind them that this is the fucking president. Because where most people, when they look at a president, they consider them in the whole pack of like presidents of all the past. And we're comparing them to presidents of the past. Donald Trump does not get done that way. He does not get done in that way, in a way that we are comparing, or his followers and his supporters anyway are comparing him to other presidents of the past. He is separated. He is the division. He's the divisor. He is completely on a different plane to them. So therefore, measuring him up or comparing him doesn't matter to them, because he's not of them. He's not like them. He's a whole different beast. So they look at this and they go, fuck yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Praise be to Allah. Good luck, Muslims. That's literally the way they think. And when they look at this, it's absolutely insane. But he did get quite a bit of pushback on this particular, especially this just seeming very unpresidential. And I've seen that sentiment, even though his like ardent like supporters, the ones that are just like straight up crazy as him and too far gone, like they don't care. But there are those who voted for him that are a little more center, more reasonable Republicans, not technically MAGA, or at least if to any degree they once considered themselves somewhat aligned to MAGA, they don't anymore, I don't think. And they are looking at this going, whoa, bro, that was a bit much. Like, it's Easter and you're sitting here spitting off F-bombs and phrases of praise to Allah. Like, that's a bit much. Like, calm it down, bring it down a couple of notches. You're sounding blasphemous. You're not sounding very Christian-like. You're not sounding very Jesus-like. But if this wasn't enough, okay, then this morning, this is what this bastard says. A whole civilization will die tonight. Never to be brought back again. The President of the United States, Donald fucking Trump, however you want to view him, this man just said, the man that is in control of our military, the military that we pay taxes to, that we pay money into, to represent us in a fashion of trying to like protect us, yes, and keep defense of us so that we don't just get attacked or whatever from anybody in the world, like any other country does when they build an army, so that they have a defense against any other country that decides to lose its fucking mind. This man is the man that has the nuclear codes, right? And has been working in conjunction with Israel supporting a genocide in Gaza, and now starting a chosen war with Iran over complete and utter lies. Says a whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. It goes on. I mean, that's like crazy to say. That is like stupidly crazy to say. Just flat out war crime. Talking about, I mean, you're literally saying like genocide here. He's literally saying we are going to commit a genocide. Then goes on to say, I don't want that to happen, but it probably will. I don't want that to happen, but it probably will. However, now that we have complete and total regime change, this is so contradictory. To say that we have complete and total regime change where different, smarter, and less radicalized minds prevail may be something revolutionarily wonderful can happen. Who knows? Like saying that we're working with such great people, so much better than the previous ones. They've been working with us so amazingly. And we're working on it. They want a deal. They want a deal. But yet in your first sentences, you say it probably will. Like you don't have confidence that a whole civilization dying tonight won't happen. That is insane. The contradictory here, the mind, like the fuckery that's going on in this comment is so insane. Who knows? We will find out tonight. One of the most important moments in the long and complex history of the world. 47 years of extortion, corruption, and death will finally end. Then goes on to say, God bless the great people of Iran. Oh, your whole civilization might die tonight, but God bless you. Like, I'm like losing my mind over this shit. Like, this guy needs to be removed. This guy is straight up needs to be removed from power right fucking now. Where are you? Where are you Democrats? Where are you Republicans that have a fucking backbone, that have some sort of reasonality behind you? I mean, that you act like you have fucking morals, okay? Your president is openly discussing and talking about committing a goddamn genocide on Truth fucking Social, and you we're still letting him in power. He's still sitting in the White House, sitting in the Oval Office. And that's why I said, even though my prediction for the weekend is past, there's still a possibility that something ridiculously crazy is going to happen. In the name of God and religion, in the name of, like, the radicalization of Judaism, could still happen. And not only but Christianity too, because we will be aligned or Christianity will be aligned in this. If Christianity is aligned in an attempted genocide, or even a successful one, and even more so a successful one for that matter, in this day and age, dude, I don't think there's any coming back from that one. You think that Christianity is a dying religion now already and has been for a few decades now? It will fall off like the cliff. This is insane. He needs to be impeached. He needs to be considered mentally insane and unable to hold or run office. Every fucking amendment that is anywhere remotely connected to 25th, 14th, whatever, I don't care. Like, he needs to be removed from office. He is incapable of running this job and doing this job and performing this job. And if I swear, I will more than likely have comments on this video from people praising him. Oh, you're just, Trump derangement syndrome. God bless Trump. Trump is amazing. You're lost. You're lost. You have missed the rational train that most people have. Like, you are the problem. You're not a solution. You are the problem. You are despicable. If you were defending this type of rhetoric, and I'm pretty sure that I'll probably even have somebody say, oh, he's just trolling. He's just joking. He's just playing around. I don't care. I do not care. This is not the type of shit you joke around about. This is not the type of shit you play around with it. Talking about eliminating a whole civilization. Understand the words that are being used here. He's not saying, the ones in power will die tonight or the regime will die tonight. He's saying a whole civilization will die tonight, meaning, and how could that happen? But an extremely intense bombing campaign or potentially even nuclear warheads. You are threatening obliterating a civilization. What? In hopes that they will be so scared that they will agree to your deal, to your demands? A civilization that has shown that they are willing to die for their beliefs and religion and their right to live and survive? He doesn't get it. He's lost the plot. He's lost the war. He's lost control. It's time for him to lose the presidency. Simple as that. It's time for him to lose the presidency. It's time for a outcry and a revolt, a revolution to end this type of mentality, this type of insanity from our government, from power, because it is destroying this nation and everything that we're supposed to represent. This is not funny. There's nothing funny about this whatsoever. The joke is not lost on me because it's not funny. Remove Donald Trump. Remove Donald Trump. Remove Donald Trump. Let me know what you think. Until next time. Peace. It's hard to even say peace. I hope peace. We need peace. The only way we're going to get that or even have a possibility is to get this man out of power. Get this whole administration out of power. Because they are all corrupt, evil, and complicit in this shit. Peace. ClearTalk, I'm out.